Alright. We're up in here. Back down to business in our town. So, the last time we had a little bit of traffic issues, and we have, yeah, some more traffic issues.
A severe hailstorm
Which is,
damaged
just a small issue.
citizens stay inside.
Yo, what's up, Brad? How's it going? So we have some problems to deal with there, that's for sure, that's for sure. This is literally backing all the way up here and all the way up there. Yeah, that's great. What is the problem? Problem is we only got one turn lane and kind of everyone is going... Everyone's trying to turn. Which... I kind of wish I could make this... a turn lane? Oh wait, that is another turn lane. They can't turn there. They're all just using one lane. Okay. Seems like it would be a little bit more efficient to use 2 lanes. That's one thing about City Skylines traffic is, like, if this was a real life situation, most definitely people would be going in the second lane and then going this, not just off single file line. But either way, we could probably get another intersection that comes down here, because I think most people are trying to go down here because of our kind of medium-high density is probably some pretty big population. So, I'm thinking maybe back here or something. We don't have that unlocked though, but just not gonna cost. So we're basically gonna have to buy this anyways. Yeah, I'll just buy it. And then we can get another turn lane. Two lane. Try and maybe get it about in the center-ish, maybe? Try and get this to come off here. And a bit of a swoop. And then try and get that to straight line and with this smooth connection. That's pretty good, besides a little bit of a bump right here. Which we can go and do a bit of that, and that's good. Alright, now let's see how many people actually take this. Quite a few. Honestly, I kind of thought like literally almost everyone was going to, but there's quite a few people, but not everyone. So that is alleviating some traffic. Even though it seems like most of these people are trying to turn down here, so... Okay, maybe the rest of the people that were trying to go up here are going to go up here, and then everyone else is going this way. I don't know. It still seems like a small amount of people relative to the amount of people going over here and immediately turning. These people turn left. Okay, now they're just all going straight. They're all literally just going straight to where our frickin' thing already goes. Okay, so they're just literally choosing not to go this way, even though it's way faster. What if we upgrade the road to 2 lanes? See if a bit more of an incentive. Is this 2 lanes? I think it is. Not really. Still just kind of getting the same amount of people. Alright, we'll just go back to 1 lane. Oh, wait. Okay, they're starting to make use of the 2 lanes. Alright, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. I feel like all of this needs to be 3 wide highway, honestly. Alright, well, I mean, that's starting to clear up, so that will probably sort itself out. We have other business to attend to. Not traffic managing for the rest of our lives.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
Alright. So,
Crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is
Let's
past.
see here. Let's go ahead and buy that. That's most of our money, but we can go ahead and get our grid going here. Perfect, perfect. Mapping items. Yeah, I see. Understand, if these are both literally... Like, this should literally line up. Ah, the grid tool sucks. That to snap. That to snap. There we go. Just gotta make our own grid. There we go. It's probably not gonna be perfect. Connect this road, but I can't go through the road to the next road. Makes sense. I think I turned that one slightly. That's a bit awkward. Perfect. That's gonna line up not so perfect. Yeah, but it's not too big of a deal. Alright, bit of high rise. Let's get some North American high rise. Here, here, and here. Should be plenty, and then we will get some North American medium. We had a decent bit of that. And then the rest of this will be low density. We're gonna need a bit of office, so I think some offices here. Some commercial. Maybe even replace this for a bit of mixed. Perfect. Bit more industrial, but I don't want to get too close to this water, but we could probably zone a bit more here and here. A bit more commercial. Maybe here. Corner stores. Couple those. Okay, office coming in. We'll get a bit more office here. Okay, a lot more office, I guess. Commercial, a bit more office, and that should handle it. Okay, still a bit empty here in the middle. Oh my god, look at that gigantic building. Completely stands out. It's also on a gigantic cliff. Alright. Looking good. It's looking good. We're getting some nice expenditure. We need a lot more industrial. That's what I'm seeing here. Kinda maxed out on space. I mean, we could maybe zone some down here, but industrial area is kinda maxed out. Actually, we can't zone some down here. Because that might actually be too close. Wait, that's not even a freaking thing. Oh wait, we can move you, we can move you. You over here. Okay, I'm assuming this is all still polluted like crazy. Yeah, it's starting to get there. This is not very great. Put that there. Certainly not enough space. Yeah, just not a great spot. Not gonna lie. Let that handle the situation. See how it's going along down here. Looking good. Starting to get some buildings in. Definitely gonna look like a bit of a weird mix, but it's fine, it's fine. Alright, let's get some more expenditure for a bunch of low density. Honestly, we're starting to get a pretty good amount of space unlocked. We might actually be able to start beautifying some of this. What the frick is that? Get the frick out of here, bud. I'm trying to build. Yep. That's not perfect. Oh wait, that is low-key kind of perfect. Yeah, only for the first bit. It's fine. Straight through there, and then straight through here. There we go, and now we get these low density housing. Wait, we can just do this. All of that. I will unzone that because I'm sure people will complain. Yeah, that should be pretty much enough to handle demand. I mean, no? Starting to get a little bit more industrial problems again. Yeah, we'll have to figure out like a good spot to just get a massive industrial area. Let's see, because we got the wind coming from this way. So honestly, like down here maybe, even over here, just a big old industrial area. Let's see, we got any like resources over here maybe? We could put some other stuff. Oil there ain't kind of frickin' nothing. We don't have offshore. We need to be a grand village, which we are about to hit. There is some oil out there in the water. Alright, well, I think this will be a fine area for industrial anyways. Probably just to flatten this. Why does this look like so graded? You can see it's like... doesn't look smooth. But that's far as frick away, so... maybe we'll have to settle for down here? I don't know. Was there anything down here? There's some ore up there, but... some fertile land down here. I guess we could do it down here. I mean, we kind of planned on expanding here, but I thought that was all going to be like residential and commercial through here, but maybe just down here we make this industrial, and then we could put like a port and everything here. And then up here could be commercial. Might just have to be the plan. So we'll just keep expanding this way, and then eventually this will turn into industrial, which is probably going to be right about in these next tiles. Nah, we're too broke. We need a bit more money. But we can probably start flattening this out. So let's level terrain. Maybe just about to here to start. Guys, help turn on the lights. I can't see anything. Guys, help. Okay. Options. Gameplay. Show day-night visuals. Yeah, frick off. Actually, can't see anything. Oh, I can't terraform outside city limits. Ooh, great town. Let's go. New buildings. And there's anarchy, and then it'll let me do it. It will. Perfect. We must prep the area. Sure, this is a nice and flat all the way around. And we may want to
Emergency broadcast to all citizens.
go even lower, but for now we're gonna start here.
Hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and
Bigger.
property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
And then this, I think, yeah, we are going a bit higher on that, but that's fine. Alright. It's gonna be good. We're gonna go all through here. Do have this bit of water right here, which
This is an emergency
I guess we could turn into a lake. Maybe, I don't know, it's gonna be like right in the middle of an industrial area, so it's gonna be a bit weird.
We urge citizens.
We'll leave it for now. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that. Trees make it a bit hard to see. Flattening that through there. Then there is a bit of a hill right here, which I would like to take out. So just kind of flatten that a little bit. Still kind of goes up. A lot of this is kind of hilly as well. I wouldn't mind just honestly flattening this whole thing to one level, and I think we're just gonna do that. Nice flatten. Make this a huge brush. How much of a level difference is that? I don't think that's gonna get the water to spill.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Soft on the terrain. Bit bigger, brush, bit stronger. There. Now I don't know how much of a difference that actually is. Slight. It is a little bit of a difference, but it's over a pretty big area. It's pretty hard to tell. So that's good. And pretty much the rest of this is flat now, I do believe. Yeah. Now we can do a bit of cleanup work, just going in with a bit of a smaller brush. I'm gonna go too fine grained right now, but it's good. Should make that a little bit less. Okay. And then through here, we're going to, because this is going to be the industrial area, so we're going to make this a pretty straight line. Try and square that off just a bit. Then we'll have this come in straight right here. Perfect. Oh my god. No. Stop doing that. Bit hard because it is a rounded object. It's hard to get this completely straight, but it's good enough. Let's brush a bit bigger. A bit smaller. So up to here, bring that in. It's probably gonna look a bit weird. That's good. Now I would like one more little inlet. And honestly, I wouldn't mind trying this up and then down and back. That. It's a bit smaller, so we can. It's a bit more straight. Now we can key wall this, and that's going to help a lot. Just about here. Make it a bit bigger. Just a tiny bit bigger. How's that looking? Oh my god, look at all the water flow in there! You know, there's kind of a lot of trees in the way. Is there brush for these trees? Plant multiple? Here we go.
This is an emergency.
Can I not just right-click remove
All
these?
citizens.
No.
Fire and rescue service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke
Little
pose a
thing.
serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area
Oh my god, no way, I have to do those literally individually.
until the situation is under control.
Wait, what tree is this? Birch. Wait, that still won't even let me right-click remove? Are we serious? It's fine. Okay, wait, maybe we did get rid of that. So that's still pine right there. Alright, I mean, I don't know, it cleaned up a little bit, I think. It's good enough for now. Okay, so we got this bigger one that kind of comes in here. Then we got the smaller one that goes in there. And then this lake is going to be hard in the industrial area, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to move this up. To about here. Make a little area for it. So I just flatten. Try and make this look a little bit natural. And then we do want to try and keep a little bit the original shape where it was a bit longer than it was wide. Go ahead and fill this in. I can now take over that area. Wait, how do I see the water sources again? I kinda... Didn't they add that? There's just groundwater resource tool. That does not tell me. Where the water be. I don't know. But it seems to be right about here, because it's all coming out from right there.
Severe hailstorm is approaching.
And I
Damage to
mean, it's
crops and
filling up
property is
nicely.
expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Not bad, it's not bad. Alright, it's got a bunch of trees in there. Alright, do we have key walls unlocked? Pathways? Surfaces? Where's this? Here we go. Piers. These. Narrow. Yeah, it's a bit small. Wide. Suburban. Great block. Is that the biggest concrete block? Kinda small, no? Okay, we gotta try and square this off a bit more. Really make sure. Okay. Back to this. Why is it not connecting to the land on the other side? Here we go. Alright, now we try and get this to go 90 to here. 90 to here. To here, and then we want this to come in right about here. Bit further. That's smooth, that's clean. Now we just gotta clean that. Well, we gotta clean it up, but that's basically exactly the type of shape that we need. A little bit of cleaning up. Not sure. Okay. And we just need to handle this side. Perfect, perfect. Alright, bit here on the edges.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is passed.
Perfect. No, 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 don't go down, don't go down. Stay up. You can see a bit of the rain right there. Nope, not see that side. It's like no terrain. You can't see it at all. This side you can. I mean, it's not too big of a deal. That's pretty smooth. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly what the frick we were going for. Clear out our inventory real quick.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
Radar readings indicate a tornado is approaching the city and will be visible soon. Citizens should seek immediate cover.
Tornado? Oh my god. Not again. Not again. Where's it at? Yeah, okay, it's over there. It's a little ways away. We're chilling, we're chilling. Alright, now we just continue this. Which we want to go this way. It's 90 to about there. And come in and clean this up a little bit. What the frick is happening here? I just realized this is not at all at the same elevation. What the frick? What happened? So this corner needs to come up a little bit. This corner needs to go down a tremendous amount. Oh, this middle bit is too high. Yeah, and that corner is too low. Too high. Right about there. Come up a few. This bit's like too high. So that is fine. Okay, the rest of that looks like it's fine too. It just was literally over there. And then literally right here. Like, this is in the water. Yeah, and then this is literally trying to go to the moon. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Alright, there we go. It's looking pretty nice. We do have a bit of a... There, that looks like it needs a bit more land, so it's not so, like, buggy. Alright, let's hit us with the save real quick. And then we need to continue this up and do this next area and then a little bit further, and then we are pretty much done. But we do need to straighten up this land. Right there, that's good, I think. Perfect. I'm gonna do our wall on this side. What the frick is this snapping to? Really appreciate if you did not do that. You're snapping existing geometry, but why is it so high? It's to go here. We're gonna have to do this slightly back just because this thing's so fricked. I really don't want to lose more land than we already have here. I just move it out to the slightest bit, like literally this way. Yeah, that's all high as frick. It didn't even properly connect there. What? What the frick? It's literally just gonna have to be there. I don't know. It's 90-degree angle. Connect. A little bit of cleanup work. Well, let's get the rest of this in. Snap this, and let's get a 90-degree. Straight back to here, 90 degrees, straight back to here. 90 degrees, straight back to here. And we'll get to about there where it can stop. I think that's smooth. I think that's very smooth. Okay, now we just gotta go through and fix all the elevation. And all of the terrain. A little bit in this area. Okay. Flat all the way up to the edge. This literally is, again, just way too low. Did I just change my scene? Okay, no, I didn't. Middle part's too low. This middle part is too low. Fine. Just a bit of terrain right here. edge look like it's a bit low? Sounds like we're outside literal cannons. Never heard it this loud before. Well, you know. It's the big 250. Alright, honestly, I think this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I mean, that's a nice industrial area. Took quite a bit of work, but we got there. Actually, honestly, it wasn't even that bad. We got there pretty quick. Alright, so that's an industrial area. This is going to be kind of residential. We'll have a nice little lake here, kind of almost on the edge of the industrial. And we can get some cargo ports up in here and everything. Yep. Alright, and we have plenty of money. We can start buying tiles, so let's get down to business. See exactly how much can we buy. About that much. Buy that one, we can. Those as well. It's right on the edge. I don't think we'll need that. All of those are too expensive. Need more money. What do we got going on here in the town? Oh, this traffic problem. We got a traffic problem of people trying to go down this way. Over here. Oh yes, they're connecting up to this road. We got a car crash. We got traffic here too. What the frick? Well, this should probably be roundabouted. It's better. A lot of these are just trying to go into the industrial area. Again, another weird, like, little friggin' thing right here. What is going on with this? Why did this select this one back here? What? So we just do that. There we go. Complaining about not enough customers, huh? Profit minus almost 50,000 a month, huh? That's pretty bad, I ain't gonna lie. Wide move you over there. What are you? Profit minus 80k. Alright, that's pretty bad. We'll get you in town here. Get you a nice spot. Right there. Alright, and you should hopefully start doing better, but honestly, we're just gonna move you in town as well. You need to go over here. Rest you. 0 profit, 0 profit, 0 cost. Okay, you are making profit, you're making profit. Okay, you are not. Well, yeah, I guess you guys can also go into town. There, that's perfect actually, because it's unzoned. How about a couple more small businesses? You guys are making lots of money. Anyone that's not making money gets relocated.
To bring you a special news bulletin. Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the
You're making big bucks. You're making big bucks. You are not making big bucks. You guys can actually all get moved down here. I don't know how much that's gonna help, but well, you guys are doing pretty bad too. Should hopefully help. Here's regular businesses, here more signature buildings. It's got a lot all on that street. Down there. Down there. And that's the last of the signature buildings. Alright, now hopefully that contributes to actually more money for me by these businesses doing better. A little bit more than 0. You guys should start to do a lot more than 0 as well. Alright. We're looking on electricity. Pretty darn good. What the heck? Water. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, nice, nice, nice. And complaining a little bit. Other than that, I think we're looking pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're gonna build out a bit more of a grid here with this newly unlocked area, and we're just gonna do a grid thingy. If it turns out a little bit wonky, whatever. This is only temporary. Anarchy, frick you guys. Be placed. Did I just put a freaking thing on that? I did. That's awkward. Don't need any key walling. Oh, it's fricked. Oh, it's fricked. Oh, frick. I was really wondering why this was being such a problem. We're just gonna have to destroy this all. Alright, no more keep wall on the roads. Oh yes, look at that beautiful grid in the trees now. Alright, no more key wall and the frickin' on the roads. Just a solid grid. Just didn't connect. Like, what if is this? Just have the roads go up to about there, I guess. That moved. I get to destroy this. This. Right, now we re-put in these roads. connecting over here. Goodbye then. Okay. Zone time. Zoned. Couple shops. Bit of office space. Sure, we'll make that. We'll just do, yeah, rest of that's just low density. Alright, let that go as we let the dough roll in so we can continue building out our beautiful city. Well, we gotta purchase more tiles. And then we can get back down to business. I mean, we're up to 21,000 population. Not huge right now, but, you know, we're getting there. The frick, this is my first time getting this. A Soulstone Hell? I've gotten these Soulstone Nightmares before, but not the Soulstone Hells before. We're getting close to the final level. A little bit further. Oh, new signature building, we'll take it. Right, area's coming in nicely. Money's coming in. We do a bit more purchasing here. Let's go ahead and just get a straight line so we can, to the outside so we can start exporting stuff. Like our extra water and whatnot. Just need a bit more. Oh, come on. Okay, let's wait for just a tiny bit more so we're not immediately out of cash. There we go. Then we're going to do this in the dumbest way possible. We're going to take a road and drag it to the outside. Yo, that connects water and that connects electricity to the outside. And a connection the cars can come in, I guess, if they want to drive on this very long 4-lane road. Nope, apparently that guy does. And that guy. Alright, which will allow us to start exporting some stuff, which apparently... Exporting, does this count? I mean, this counts as outside connection, right? Do I need, like... double up? It says it's connected. I wonder if that's just the road, though. Not the goods, because we're still not exporting. I mean, we have extra water. Well, let's make another connection just in case. There we go. That's good. Now we're getting some water export. We've had electricity export. So it was just the water, but that's good. That's connected electricity wise. Alright, so I mean that's gonna help us save a little bit of money. Man, we're only making 1.5k off the water, but you know. Yeah, how much is this month? 5k upkeep? Yeah. Pays for a little bit of it. Yeah, we have a massive medical problem. We probably need another clinic. Let's get a, let's get a decent sized clinic here. This, look at yeah, this one's good. Got lots of storage capacity. Just put it in right about there. That upkeep is skyrocketing to 55,000 a month. But we're gonna have 8 ambulances. We only got 5 in use right now. Okay, there's 6. So we're gonna have 8. About a ton of storage. And up to 300 patients capacity. So that should be able to handle everything just fine. What's going on now here? Oh, someone drove off the road. Buddy, are you drunk driving? What's going on? We might need another police station and fire station. I'm not gonna lie. Average crime probability 80%. We may need another police station. Just about maybe. Just about maybe. 80% probability is not too high, but it's getting there that you might need another one. Alright, let's see. What type of police station do we need here? We need a big one. We've grown a lot. We got a big area. So we kind of need something that's going to take up quite a bit of space. This smart one's pretty good. Yeah, what's up, Alex? How's it going? It's 18k upkeep, 36 jail capacity, 8 patrol cars. This one's only 25k though. So a little bit more, but we get 40 and 16. So we're about double on the police cars and 4 more on the jail capacity. See, that one's 10, 40. Yeah, city police station, modern one. I think those are both pretty good options. We need a little bit more jail capacity, so let's go with the city one. Is that too more expensive? Oh yeah, that's looking good in green. Let's see what we got. We have some just regular residential here. Let's go and put that in, and then our fire station. Our city firehouse. I'm assuming that is going to be the one. Yes. Yeah, we just need to save up a little bit of the money. We got a city fire station, which we have an average fire hazard of 63%. See, that's also not too bad, but it's also kind of getting there, we'll put in another one. We'll put in another one. Just a little bit more money. We'll probably put in a couple parks too, yeah. Should probably do that. The radio was talking about some fire thing. I don't know what was going on with that. We were locked in, okay? We were making an industrial area. So I don't know what that whole fire business was about, but yeah, it's just, hopefully this will handle all that type of situation. All right. Let's see. City firehouse. Let's go ahead and get that in right next door. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and get in a park across the street. Let's get a nice one. Let's see. Campsite, large campsite. Let's see. Ooh, a modern plaza. It's too big, too big. Parkside Cafe. That sounds kind of nice. Ah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect for across the street. Alright, nice. Everyone should be nice and happy about that. Let's go and check on our trash. We're good. About on our death care. Oh, we're beautiful. Our health care is looking good. Fire's looking good. Crime probability's still looking pretty bad. And let's put in some more parks. We need like just a big old park. Large parks. Wait, these are the large parks. Wait, why do they not seem that big? And one here. And we'll put in... We're broke. We're broke. We're freaking broke. Okay, put another one there. And we already got a couple parks there. Could put one on this side, I guess. Can I connect it to the other road? Oh, there's not enough space. Yeah, we'll put in a bit of a smaller park. Put it right there. Wait. 3 attractiveness. This one's got 5. Put that in. It's clearly supposed to connect on the other side. We can make the connection. And I'll put in a crosswalk there, which I'm not a super fan of, but it's fine. Because there's literally one right there. But, you know, it's got the connection through, so I guess if anyone decides to go through there, they can. Alright, everyone wants to live in our town now. We have astronomical demand. Not enough space. We will put in a few offices right here, since there's some office demand. That will handle that. Looking pretty good, and now we need to get back to buying. And then we also need to lay out all of our roads over here. But we need to buy this
to bring you a special news bulletin.
Fire
Increasing
spreading.
areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising
Oh,
from the
frick.
fire makes the
Over
air
here.
dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires.
My God.
Remain at a safe distance until
Just a tree.
manage to get the fires under control.
Can I just bulldoze it? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yo, 2 coming in with the viewer raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Hopefully your stream did good. Hopefully you had a good stream. Had a good time. Alright, well, we handled that fire. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's bad. That's real bad. We may need some more road maintenance. That's quite the traffic accident. It says everything's green, though. Well, maybe they're just some bad drivers. Yes, they're just some bad drivers. How much do we need to start buying the next area? We really need this industrial area because we're starting to get quite a bit of demand. I guess quite a bit of demand for... well, residential, which, you know what, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Yeah, we still got some industrial land, which this will be our industrial area. I'm also thinking we should put a port in here. I think a nice little water that we do not have unlocked. Let's go unlock that actually right now. Water and air. We need an airport. Low-key, we need an airport in this area. We need an international one too, but we do not have enough points for that. I think... I'll say that international airport is pretty big. I don't know if we could fit one in this area. Might have to go on the other side of the highway, like over here, or like here. But either way, we got the ports, and we do have a little bit of airport. So we got ferries. I don't know. Do we want ferries? I don't know. I don't know, but we do. We definitely want some harbors, and we want a cargo harbor. Which, how big is that going to be? Oh, that's going to fit. That's going to fit perfectly fine. I think honestly we should put it probably right about there. Maybe right there. That is a bit out of the industrial area though. Like right there wouldn't be horrible. But we can already put up the key wall. Now we'll have to maybe like straighten this out a little bit and then put it probably right about there. So that's good. And then do we have any lines around here? No, we do not. So we're gonna have to bring a line in. So we have cargo. See, that's route. Okay, we just need passage. A bit smaller than that. Okay, let's try and get a nice passage. Ah, outside city limits. So we just anarchy that. What the frick? This is gonna cost me a frickload of money. 100K. Oh my god! I didn't realize that was gonna be so expensive. Okay, never mind. We will do that later once we actually get the cargo in because we have land to purchase. Let's see, how are we looking for this? We pretty much need these tiles. 1.5 million. Okay, we can buy that though. Why is this tile so expensive? That one's also cheap. So a little pricey. So you just these right here. These are like dirt cheap. We'll buy that. Alright, and we'll have to start figuring out our road system for this. So, we'll like some bigger roads in here. With some smaller roads. So I'm thinking smaller roads. Wait, don't we have an industrial? Isn't there like a good industrial one? Oh, I forgot what road it is. Was it pedestrian? Was it this? No, that's straight up a pedestrian. Pedestrian street. Yeah, this is just a smaller one. Was it the alley? I mean, the alley kind of works. Not quite. Yes. Parking. I thought there was like another road. Is it? Do we not have it unlocked? Parking areas? I don't think that would be it. What the frick? Am I misremembering? I thought there was like a road that worked really good. Is it just the one way? Okay. Or maybe it was upgrading this. Maybe you just took a regular road. And then you put... Frick, I don't know. What would you put on this? Lighting? No. Maybe not. Maybe I'm literally just going crazy out here. Alright, well, whatever. We can just use that road. So, I do want some bigger roads here, though. So we want one that's going to come in right here. I mean, a direct connection straight to the outside would be phenomenal. So we're gonna get this. Usually industrial areas are a bit more like gritty, a bit more like a grid, a bit more like straight lines and stuff, so we're gonna try and basically do that here for the industrial area, but then we're going to not do that for our residential, which we want to look a bit more natural. Energy that connection because it's not horrible. Oops. Okay. So yeah, coming straight into here, and then we can have our small roads off this way. So we want one right here. Back this way. And back this way. 90°. Perfect. That's literally, oh, that's so smooth. The only thing I don't like about that is these corners are kind of, do something like that to fill in those. Alright, that's pretty good. And then this can probably connect here, and then we can bring this down. That is literally perfect.
Bring you a special news bulletin. Radar readings indicate a tornado is approaching the city.
Let's connect straight in
Citizens should seek immediate cover.
to the main road. Alright, that is perfect. And then this can continue that way. So let's buy our next tile. Oh my god, we can buy both. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, let's continue our road. Let's have that go to about there. Have this go straight on a 90. And have this go this way on a 90. Small road coming in here. Line this up beautifully. Oh, that's so perfect. And then line this up. Perfect. Right about there. There. Just to connect like so. Lucky we have a bit of an awkward spot through here. We have to do a road through here like that. And then I probably wouldn't mind if this just bigger road came all the way through here. Just create two big roads right here, but I was thinking maybe this is going to go to the residential area and then this is going to continue through the industrial area. So I would kind of like this to be right on the edge. And then just straight 90 all the way through. And then this is exactly where we can straighten this terrain out and get ourselves a nice area for our port. Come in. so. Well, I mean, that's pretty straight. I mean, you could definitely use some cleanup. You could go through there and micromanage it, but we're not gonna do that. It's just gonna have the port thing on it. It's not gonna matter too much. And then we can have this road that's gonna continue up through here, and then this could be definitely some nice residential through here. I don't know if we want that to be high density. I'm not sure. We're like, are we gonna have it here or here? We could have high density here or here or here, or literally all three spots. Let's buy the rest of this land. Just kidding, because both of those last two tiles are insanely expensive. Alright, whatever. Let's just continue our industrial. We do have the other side of this road that we need to do, so I would like to probably do something like this. We might even be able to just straight up do a grid here. Nah. That nice 90. Come out. We're just gonna go out pretty far. I don't know how far we actually want this to go, but we need this to go out further than we actually need, so we can line up our zoning. Just like so. And then we do 3 of these probably. That's perfect. One more for good measure. That's gonna go back and connect all these. That's pretty good. That's gonna be big. It's a pretty big industrial area, I'm not gonna lie. And then I think we are going to leave a bit of open space here between them. So we do want a gap between the industrial and the actual residential. Which, I guess we can leave that road there for now. I'm not sure what we'll want to do. Let's do an alleyway back through here. Just so we can finish off that zoning. Yeah, this is going to be really big. We have a gap here, and then we'll do a bit more industrial through here, keeping it a bit smaller, and then cargo. We're good to go. Oh yeah, specialized industries. Forgot about that. Yeah. Do we need textile? Do we need fiber? Do we need vegetables? Grain, a decent bit of grain production. Vegetables. I want to do maybe half and half vegetables and textiles. Could be good. So we'll do this here and then just make it go. Yep. Yeah, connect, and then do cotton all the way out. And connect. Then we are going to need more vegetables, so we'll make the vegetable one. Take the rest of that area. Okay, not connected to anything. We're complaining about water. I should probably make this road actually just connect. This is not a main road. I think we have to turn this into a main road, because if this can connect to a main road here, then yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a main road in the future, but it has to be for now. Oh frick, that's not lined up. Okay, let's try that again. Just freaking got lost there for a moment, the frick. Oh my god, please just line up. Okay, there we go. And we can just continue that through. For now, it's just gonna have to be that way. I don't know if this will be a road here in the future, but for now. So we got a couple of these specialized industries here. And then, I mean, we do have quite a bit more space still. On the wrong thing. So we could honestly do another grain one. It's just kind of a lot. I mean, maybe the grain here, separating the two areas. It'd be good. Say we do that. And a grain one, because I'm sure we're gonna need tons of grain. Okay, we should be able to finally buy this. Can't get the last one, but this is at least the area we're working in. Alright, so we have a doubled up lane, doubled up road here, which is, I mean, not entirely ideal, but not the worst. And then I think we want to 2-lane through here, just 2. Go. Make that connect. That's going to be the end right there. Perfect. Perfect. Did we flatten all this out already? We did. We still need to go through and honestly destroy all this to basically be able to flatten it out. Okay, and then we can already immediately start zoning this industrial because... Wait, is this... Does the water stream go... The water stream goes up, doesn't it? It does. All of our industrial right on there. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to pump our water from all the way over there. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's okay. Let's start zoning. Start zoning some of the cool areas. Alright, and then we can basically call that good for now. That will be plenty. Alright, now this totally can go... straight down. Like here. Straight 90 across. This can go straight into here. Perfect. And then we can do smaller roads through here. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a grid because this is going to start transitioning into residential. But we're going to kind of break the grid now. We just want some solid, you know, some solid road going through here for the bigger ones. The bigger roads. We want it to be solid. Now we want to get in some... these roads, which this is all very like messy and like little islands, which I kind of not a super big fan of. We can leave that one, but the rest of these I'd really like to just remove. Make this a bit more. Let's move it out. Bit more like beach, bit more also bumpy like this. It's just got lots of little small inlets. Just that be kind of like curved. Just go through and smooth that out. Smooth out some of this. Just all here. Can't even smooth that out because we don't have enough space unlocked over there. Alright, that's fine. Just trying to build over here for now. Right now, like I said, I don't want this to be super duper grid. So I think something like that. Would be good. Something to kind of follow a natural curve of the landscape. And it's going to be a bit harsh, but that's kind of how this is. It's going to come back in. And it needs to go back out this way, just a bit further maybe. That. And then curve back this way. Like so. And I would like to move where this is just a tiny bit. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just destroy that. I need this to kind of come in the opposite way. Like so. Perfect. And that's pretty non-grid looking. That's going to be a bit strange, but extend the road out like that.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the
No, that makes it look too, like, neighborhoody.
slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
And then we are going to break this up with some grid, because it is going to be like a downtown high density, so we do want it to be you know, a bit dense, a bit of a grid, but not too much. Okay, that does not line up. I think it's straight through, or not straight through. So we just line that road up, and then we connect with it. Then we get a connection right here. And right there. That connect. There we go. See, that's good. That gives us a bit more of a natural fill with the curve going along the water, but a bit of grid and density there, but not too much. Not like that. So that's pretty good, actually. I'm happy with that. I think that turned out a little bit better than I thought it was going to. Honestly, I wasn't really planning on having a bigger gap here than an exact grid, but I think that actually plays to my advantage. I think this actually works out good. And then I think a nice park and stuff here is going to make that look good. So we will start zoning this now a little bit too. So looks like it's building spot. Oh yes, it's hopefully going to look good. I'm not too certain. See, now this is the hard part. I'm not too sure how to zone this. I think that we still want, for now at least, maybe, we want some waterfront properties along the edge, because I'm not too sure how we're going to do that. And then a small bit of, I guess, on the other side, here and here, will just be low density. And then as we get towards the inner parts, this will be medium density. And then some high density businesses, just a couple on the corners. And then some high density. Through the middle. And then some more medium density, but we don't want row housing. We want something that's like this to go out on the corners. A little specific here. Like so. Leave that unzoned for now, because this road's messing with it. And then we'll have one more, actually. We're going to spice it up just a little bit with the mixed housing. Right there. And then we will go back to some row housing here. Here, here. And this one will be row housing too. And I think this street will look good with some row housing. And finish that out for this street. Then we'll leave that unzoned because the zoning's messing with it. And then hopefully this doesn't give us too harsh I think this like, see how this zoning right here is kind of messing with this zoning of this street? Like, this street could benefit from being a bit more higher density for a smoother transition. So we can get rid of this zoning, which is a little too much. I just want to get rid of this building.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected.
Can't really, so we might just have to leave it.
To remain indoors until the situation passes.
Alright, the other thing is we were going to get parks, so let's get some large parks. I really wanted one that was going to connect from one side to the other. So we need some long parks, which... frick. Getting some sports would go hard too. An outdoor gym. This could help a bit with our transition. Tennis court, skate park, basketball, signature buildings. Honestly, I'm going to be very particular about this. I think we're going to prop this. Buildings, and we're going to go residential. Yeah, we're gonna be particular. So that is freaking gigantic. Yeah, let's find a nice building here. We need like, we can only do like mixed, but we can't do like, I want like medium density or high density. You see, that's like huge. That's probably about, that's really like as big as a building we want. Even then it's a bit too big, but. Oh yeah, see here, we can do some of this. I think this would be good. I actually would like to scooch you over to the corner. Allow us to scoot you over. And you, and we'll create a bit more gap between all of you. And then we do want to try and keep this side not too large. Buying those buildings makes a nice little building look. But we don't want to get too big here, because this is the transition area. So we were going to try and keep smaller housing. I mean, we're using a lot of the Chinese ones, which is not bad, but I want something different here. Like mixing these European and Chinese is not like very good. Huge Chinese buildings. This is not bad. Huh? These Chinese buildings work well. Yeah, there we go. That's literally the same building, but... See, okay, so that looks good. The thing, I probably want to scoot this over a little bit, because this needs a bit more of a gap, I think. This has got the park kind of area here. Yeah, there we go. See, and then that makes it look like it's all kind of one complex. Some more buildings here. See, this just doesn't really fit. Maybe this kind of fits, but not really. This just makes it look weird because it's not connecting. I feel like, yeah, that could just look better, even though we actually just plop that same exact building multiple times. That's quite large. That would actually work good. Let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. I don't want too many of the same buildings right next to each other. This is a bit taller. Yeah, that would be fit good. It is a bit taller. It's not ideal, but it looks good. Oh, actually, let's do this instead. Let's bulldoze that, and then this would look good if we do like this, and then this. And then we use the Move It mod. to just sort of get these touching each other. Actually, we'll have to move this back too. So then that creates this. We need this to look like a continuous building. See, sort of like that. There we go. We just move those in together, and it looks like it's a nice corner building. And then we're going to move this park up just a bit, and this one. And then see, here's where there's like some real good transitional buildings would go. Because we're getting into that low density. So we want something smaller, but we don't want low density. We don't like a single family home, you know. See, something like this would go good. It's not too small, it's not too big. It's actually not quite. That's good. I think we're just gonna anarchy this because we're gonna use move it to kind of line up like 3 of these buildings. So we want like one that's gonna be right here. It's gonna be right here. And then we kind of need to turn these. They're not very aligned nicely. Also need all about the same distance. It's kind of hard. That still looks kind of off. This one needs to go right here. Like that. And then we're actually going to destroy all of this as well. The other side of the street being waterfront, I don't mind, but I think this side of the street needs to be a bit more like higher density. It needs to really transition here for it to not look weird. So yeah, we could even do like some of these. Yeah, see, and then just little ones like that, and then that could start to go to some smaller housing there. This is very close though, which makes it look a bit weird. It's like almost touching, but it's kind of a problem. I think actually we just completely get rid of this. Actually, or we just move this to here. That's too much. I think we just need like a low density right here. These buildings need to be packed in more. They're too much of a gap. I don't know what this Chinese building is, but it's not working. Actually, we're getting to get distracted. We're going to come back to that. We're getting distracted. I would like to see this. That does look like kind of a corner building. So does that. That's like literally a corner building. That's also a corner building. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Back to this. We need the low density. Real low density. Like this, but some, yeah, that's good because that's kind of like a bit more packed in, but not just all the way. And maybe... I was gonna say maybe we do 2, but 1's actually probably fine. Alright, there we go. See, and now we have a bit more of a transition. Even 3 of these might be a bit much. But we basically want to do the same thing on this side now. We're going to do a few of these buildings that just make it feel a bit more dense. Before getting into that, and then we'll let that build. Then we'll just space these a bit. Set these back just a bit, because that will make them feel a little less dense. We'll make this one go like really out here. It's close. And try and scoot this one in just a bit more to the left. Okay, and then I feel like there needs to be a path or something behind this building. So we're going to make a little path around this. Oops. About there. And then we're going to plop a park down in here. Small one. And then that says it's not connected to a road. Complain about it. Turn this into a small pedestrian street that's quite large. Okay, wait, that actually works. Oh, let me put that there. Schmirk. This park's in the way? What if I move this out further? This. Am I saying something's not connecting here? Is that just not updated? I like how that doesn't really connect. Okay, that connected. This is so large. I move this basketball court to fit properly. There we go. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not very good at all. I don't really like that, but it kind of fills the space and gives something there instead of just being empty where it feels like it should not be empty. But it's not super duper, that's what I would say. I feel like a fence or something here would really just make my life better for this. Yeah, I feel like just a fence right here. And then we line tool it. Oh no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. No, 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 no. Need you to line up perfectly. Oh, that dish didn't even place it. Okay, frick you, line 2. Line tool. We'll do this manually. Manually. Get up a bit of a gap there, that's fine. I mean, 90-degree turn this. Yep, that's fine. Yep. See, now that just looks like there's something there. And then it's not just a weird empty space. I'm gonna do the same thing with another fence. Here. That does not line the frick up. This to look like it's connected in with that one. There we go. And then connect, and then connect. Which means we're gonna move this back a little bit. There we go. See, and now it actually looks like there's something there. It's not just like completely empty. You could even throw in some pathways. Laminated pathway. Hold on, what does this look like? A regular pathway. It's just got lights. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's some lamination nation up in here. And then we want to turn off all snapping because it will literally drive me insane if I do all this snapping. Right, connect. Bit of a surface. That's not what I thought that was going to be. Yeah, I need to replace that. Did I destroy the whole building? It is. How do I destroy the surface? Go into surface and then... Well, I seen it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. It's 4 degrees. I don't want any degrees. Just connect right in with that, and then... I mean, we can have a little bit of greenery in the front. We just make this hide itself inside the building. It actually looks like there's supposed to be something there. Alright, that's much better. What the frick is happening here with this? Why is this connecting so frickin' far in? This should probably go all the way up. There. The frick? Those are like connecting. There we go. Alright, now that looks a lot better because it looks like there's actually freaking something there. The biggest problem I have with these, see, is like, I mean, we are propping these buildings, but even like a lot of like non-propped buildings, for like high rises and stuff. Actually, we have some over here. We can let me just give this an example. Okay, this does have like a bit of a freaking thing around it, but it just doesn't really like have anything, you know? It is a bit of concrete, which does make it look more like high density, but these actually do here too. But then you have this gap of empty space here, which is not horrible, but like if you're trying to build high density, a lot of times you can run into that problem where if like you just sort of have this empty space and then it doesn't look very good. We are running to that a bit more with these proppables than versus actually growing this out, but the thing is I have so much more control over this being proppables, and that just looks so much better. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's just not going to look as good. I don't think it's gonna look as good. Also, we didn't even have the demand there for this freaking... Do we even have people living in here? We do. They're not maxed out, but we're actually getting people. Yeah, and so I don't even know if we're gonna have the demand, and we can just kind of make this the way that we want it to look. I feel like we're just gonna... The issues if we don't. Alright, now we're going to get our higher density, which I did like some of these buildings. This one's kind of cool. It's a bit thinner. A bit bigger building than that. They fit. It's a bit bigger. And that's a little thin though. Let's get a cool. Let's get a parking lot with that. That's nice. It's like little tiny buildings. Just shoot straight up in the air. It's not bad. That's like more medium density. It's a lot smaller, but honestly, I like combining those buildings. Terrible. Right, we need some bigger buildings, bigger buildings. These are all way too small. Past all the EU stuff. Okay, NA stuff, this should be good. So I wouldn't mind lining up a couple of these. Too small. That's not bad. Kind of interesting. Let's get like all parking around and stuff. Do that, I guess. Well, we'll leave it there. Not horrible. There we go. That's a bit bigger of a building. We do need mixed use for this corner, so let's see what we got. Japanese buildings are not bad, but they're too small, too small. Actually, we want straight up commercial because this is not mixed use. I'm dumb. Costco. Let's put a Costco right in the middle of the downtown. It's commercial, but these are all so small. What the heck? It's bigger, but it's way too big. Do we really not freaking have anything to go here? There we go. There we go. Big motherfucking office building. It's perfect. No, no, no. That's too small. What is that? This is good. This is good. That one on the other corner. So we'll double stack that because it looks kind of cool. Those are not the same colors at all.
Broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is passed.
Just didn't even select the other building. Yeah. It's got to be the same color if we actually want that to work. That's perfect. Mean that. Some big buildings. Here, let's see what else we got. Ooh, I like that. That one's honestly not bad. I think we got anything else. Ah, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's way too large. I just hop skipped in a jumped right over what I was looking for. Here we go. These buildings are just getting absolutely dwarfed. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's massive. Yeah, that's massive too. It's not bad. Bit of the gap though. I would really like something that actually fills it. That's perfect. Wait, that's even better. It's like perfect. Maybe we use this other one on this side? Say I don't mind that. Maybe we do that. I'm gonna start stacking these sides. It's the same building we just used. That's a little New York kind of looking building. I'm just gonna throw in a bunch of these big ones, and then we'll kind of decide which ones look out of place afterwards. Bad. Don't mind that. It's like really shallow. And this is way too freaking small. Maybe for the other side, but not here. Oh, that's our literal biggest one. Honestly, maybe we stack these. So if we get like a building inside of a building, and then we can make it seem like a bit bigger. Like, what if we did something like that? We did that. That literally kind of looks like that building. I don't mind it because it's got a bit bigger of a footprint. It's not so straight up and down. Doesn't look amazing. I kind of want to do that other side too. I mean, these buildings aren't connected to any road, but... Oh yeah, we were gonna do a park here. Get rid of you. Move you down. And then move you to the side for now. I want to do pedestrian street right through the middle. So, right about here. Perfect. And I don't know, just move this off to the side for now or something. So it is park time, park time, park time. We will do that, yes, and then we will do a... No, actually, we're not going to do that. Do this a long one. Like that. Yes, I like the circular park. I don't like how that's like looks fake. But that's good. That might go really good here. So we move this to the side. We do a small park. We set that back a bit. This one bit. I don't know. Can we just fit like a big thin one in here? What'd that look like? Honestly, that looks good. Because I kind of wanted that to go pretty far back. And then we'd probably just fill the rest of this area with trees and it'd be fine. So there's no pedestrian access. You're complaining. Maybe we might just have to get rid of this frickin' thing. Alright, frick you, bud. I just complain. And we'll move this in here to be be honest. And that works. That works. Sort of. I think this actually works on this side. Go ahead and rotate that around and put this on this side. Let's move this here. This here. This here. Put that there. Some of these trees inside each other. Looks like it could be a normal tree. There we go. Okay, we are gonna need a hospital. To handle all of this. That just looks like a classic good hospital. Complaining about no pedestrian access. Yeah, it's probably because we placed that with anarchy? Huh, we're too broke. That, but we don't have enough money. Probably let this play. I mean, I doubt we're losing money. We are dropping. Let's get our mixed in. It's way too big. Get something massive, but some decent size, something that actually looks like it's mixed as well, not just I don't mind that. I guess we'll leave it there, but I am not entirely a big fan. How's the city looking? Well, this is what the city's looking like right now. Just finished doing this side. Trying to, I think some of these buildings are a little bit big. Pretty high rises, yeah. So these ones are really big, especially compared to some of these, which we're trying to make it transition down to our lower density here, but we honestly maybe got some of these a little bit too big. Some of these a little bit too small. But we're working on it. Now we're trying to get this other side in. Then we have this little pedestrian path in the middle with some parks. But I'm trying to figure out a good mixed density right now. Not mixed density, but mixed use. It's a lot smaller than I thought that was going to be. Doesn't turn. I really want that to be like a turn. Yeah, that could work. Feels like it kind of turns. Oh, you really do not want to place the building inside of the building? Are we for real? Oh, those are way too small. So we have to have anarchy on, that's why. And no pedestrian path. Buddy, what? Why do you need connections to the side of your building? This closer. No, you're still gonna complain. Oh, stop, bud. Stop. You're literally connected. Does it literally have to be? What if I place it like that? Oh man. You're a rat. You're a rat. You're a straight up rat. Okay, frick you, frick you, frick you. Actually, this building could work. I'll plant that building inside of the building. This needs to move out a bit more. It doesn't look like it's getting taken up. It's way onto the street. Okay, and we need a death care thingy here. It's kind of small and long, so we'll put this like along the street here. How much are we making? Oh, we've gone up. Oh, we're going up a lot. I think we were going down, but now we're going up. 1.9, 1.8. Yeah, around 1.8, 1.9 mil a month. Some pretty good money, pretty good. Alright, let's continue putting this in here. Not the same building twice. It is, it is. Honestly, it doesn't look horrible if we do something like that. Makes it a bit. That just doesn't look very good. It needs to be the same color. Wait, can I not even color this? I can't color this one. Not amazingly, but it fits. I mean, honestly, with the coloration, that makes it look like it is the same building. Okay, we're gonna frick it. You know, why not? Kind of like to just urban promenade the promenade. This. That's exactly what we were looking for. Line that up. Frick that building. Take 3 of these. Connect them. Yeah, we got a little something something there. Some more of these higher buildings, bigger buildings. That's even better. I mean, this is supposed to be going out to lower density. But a little bit of a higher density building doesn't hurt nobody. It's big. Yeah, that actually works for there. And then that. Ugh, why are you so ugly colored? What is this color? Oh, and we're out of electricity. That's a bit of problem. That's a bit of problem. Well, I knew this day was going to come. So we're going to emergency battery station, geothermal plant, and solar. Right. Well, I think the electricity would go in a great place, like our very fine industrial area just out yonder. We don't have enough for a solar, but we do have enough for a geothermal, which I think is excellent. And we need another transformer. And connect our transformer. So we should probably move this. Have to get fricked on our money. Maybe we should just put the transformer on the other side of the street, like here, but I kind of want it over here. That's good. There we go. Substation, additional Durbin. I have no money for all that. I have to wait for that to come in. We're barely producing enough electricity. Wait, does this thing suck? 150 megawatts? I mean, no, that's not really that bad. I need some batteries. I was planning to use lower temperatures, which increases power output. Yeah, we need these upgrades. And then maybe we'll barely have enough. just barely. How much do we need for this? 250,000? Okay, well, we mean we can get... Ew, no, we are just completely out of power still. I was gonna say, we get back to work, but not with no power, we're not. Okay, we just gotta wait for a tiny bit of money to come in. Let's go ahead and hit us with the save. Since it's been quite a while since we hit a save. If we crashed and all of that was gone, I would have literally quit this game on the spot. Alright, we have enough guap. We're currently producing 0 electricity? Oh, wait. What? Am I reading that right? What? Excuse me? I just spent like $1 million on this power plant. Why are we not producing any electricity? It's literally got a $350 a month upkeep too. Is this supposed to only go in a specific area? I mean, this should be able to go anywhere. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have a thing saying that it will produce electricity in a specific spot. What the heck? Is it generated from heat drawn from deviants of the fuel sources? The downside is that there is some expensive to build a machine. The gases can leak in the atmosphere, air pollution, can be upgraded. Required resource groundwater. That's our problem. Water resource tool. Just gonna do that. It's now producing electricity. Alright. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Are we looking? Ah. Lots of electricity. And I'm assuming we're going to start selling quite a bit. Ooh, yeah, we are. Okay. And then additional Durbin. 100,000 for 100 watts. That's not worth it. Guess we do an extra 50,000 for an extra 50 watts. Solar. Whatever. We need a battery up in here. So let's get that up in here too. Actually, I'm honestly kind of glad, even though we built this huge industrial area and we're not gonna zone, like, some of this is, you know, this is kind of pretty big. I'm honestly really glad because of things like this, where we just have to put, like, garbage and electricity and all this other stuff I kind of forgot about in here, so I'm kind of glad. Okay, we do want some additional battery up in here. And then we are going to connect. Okay, I don't want that to connect to that. Rather that connect to that. We throw our power plant or battery up in here. Okay. That's good. And we don't really need a battery for geothermal. Really, I guess only solar, but... Freaking, how expensive was that? 150,000, 250 a month upkeep. It's not horrible. We got a battery. I mean, it's worth it. Kind of. Yeah, it's worth it. And we're gonna start running into water issues. We're gonna need a treatment plant. We're gonna need water treatment. We're gonna have to completely redo our sewer system. Okay, and then we're gonna have to spend a frick load of money on something that we cannot afford. We can get a loan. We have to get a $1 million loan. So we got a water treatment plant. Put that right here with a bit of space. Processing provides capacity, increases the purification rate. So we gotta stack those. Can I stack this across the street? Wait, can I put this anywhere in the area as long as it's connected to a road? Wait, let's put additional capacity. Oh my god, okay, wait, just these have to be connected. Means I could frickin' line up like 3 of these bad boys right here. Heck yeah. Yeah, this thing's only costing us $369,000 a month. We're getting a load of treatment though, and we got 80% purification, which I think is pretty frickin' darn good. I'm assuming some of that is going to start getting exported. Or, yeah. Guess not. I mean, we got so much. Okay. And then we actually have enough water availability, which is quite surprising. Put in another one just to be safe. I mean, it's pretty cheap. It's only $5,000 a month. Put it in over here. Which is just not even have to change that. Okay. Alright, I'm assuming we're gonna need another thing. We're probably gonna need a recycling center and stuff, but we have enough services now that this will actually start working. We go back to building. And we can let our money grow before we start putting in all the garbage and recycling. I don't mind this. We'll go ahead and put one of those in. Like a corner building. That kind of fits though. Let's see, we need some bigger buildings than this. So we don't really, that actually does kind of fit. Low residential. Oh yeah, that's massive. That's kind of cool. Let's get that in here. Let's get that one. Let's get that one. That one's a little bit bigger, but we're getting overlapping items for off. That in here. We're gonna do a couple smaller buildings. And honestly, we kind of need a bigger building to go next to this big building. We might have to move this around. Yeah, really find something that will fit here. It's way too big. Bad. That's not horrible either. Do we already have one of these in here? No, we don't. That'll work. And we want a bit of a smaller building, not bigger. That's good. And something smaller. It's way too large. So that's not bad. Put that there and honestly see if we can get another building that's a bit larger to go with it. I wish that thing was there, just like stacked twice. It's massive. God, that's massive too. So it looked like it would fit. Honestly, maybe we just do that building. Just do that instead. Alright, and then we're going to continue to leave this unzoned because this is in the way. And we got to destroy all this, flatten it, and then continue our building out that direction, which we're not going to do right now. We're just trying to get this area in. So we got a decent bit more of buildings. We missed this little area right here. Few buildings in there. This way we can have a bit more of that lower residential. That's good. Here, yes. Little bit too big here. That's massive. Does it have a helipad on top of it? Fun. Oh my god, it does. Wait, that's kind of cool. Wait, let's put this building inside of this building. They literally match. It's got a helipad. Move this one out a bit more. There we go. Nice. Am I uncentering this? Is it centered? Can't tell. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't even see that earlier. That's pretty cool. Alright, we need to get smaller here, smaller buildings. Like this. like the colors of those, but let's recolor them. This looks like a gray block. Yeah, let's just do white. Yeah, this is all just kind of off-white. Yeah, it just literally looks like a giant cement block when you do that kind of gray. Not great, not great, let me tell you. Perfect. These literally look like giant freaking cement blocks. Let's do white for the top. Black accent, I don't know. Oh, I'm getting recolor the other part, are we serious? Yeah, it's the same thing here. Yes. That's a bit annoying. So this is like the same building twice. Then, but smaller building. That. It's also not concrete. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then let's go ahead and actually swap some of these buildings around. So you go to the end, you go to the center. You also go to the end. Then you go next to you. So, hey, how are you complaining? This is backwards? Oh wait, this is the building that's supposed to be over here. Wait, what happened to the building that was right here? So we'll just move this in. Yeah, we need a bit more of spacing in between these buildings because that makes it a little too high density when they're like literally on top of each other. And honestly, this building needs to go in as well. Back from the road. This is kind of just a weird building. I think we just get rid of this one because it looks the same as the bigger one, just a little bit smaller. Doesn't really fit on the end. It's not great. Alright, that looks pretty darn good. I feel like it could come down a bit more on height towards the tell here. Like, honestly, I think we need to get rid of this building and get something that's a bit smaller. That's almost not bad. Let's see. Something like that's good. There we go, because then that's really staircasing down. And we got that high density in the center, and then we kind of staircase down. It does come up a bit more right here, but then it works its way back down, which that's okay. It doesn't have to literally like perfectly staircase down. Big city. Let's go. Big city. That's what I'm talking about. New signature buildings. Let's go. Alright, and we're gonna still have to do this straight, but it's fine for now. I want to do this one behind here. Which we did a bunch of urban promenade stuff. Promenade? I'm gonna put it instead. I like that's got a bunch of stuff in front of it, parking and whatnot. That's kind of a cool building. Doesn't really fit, but it kind of does at the same time. We scooted that over. So you kind of got it's interfering with this building. I don't think this is a bad building. I don't mind this building, but it needs to not be in the spot that it's in. I think we rotate it and put it on this street. That's good. And then we find something else to go here. So I like that there. W, oh yeah, big W's, big W's. We need to find a little bit of smaller building. Bigger. Yeah, if that French building was just a little bit bigger. Do that actually. Oh, that also, it just sits too far back. Oh wait, here we go. Bulldoze loads in the back. Perfect. Alright, now we need some building at the end of the street here because this looks terrible. I don't mind that, but some more urban promenade would not look bad. Don't entirely mind that. That does not quite work. Yeah, we'll complain. We should need like one bigger, a little bit of bigger building here. Just take up this backspace. Something like that would not be bad at all. Turn this direction. I just realize it's not quite. It's like a corner building, and then this like has a courtyard, but then it's flat on that side. So flat on the side. Can we just get one that has the full building on each side? Oh yeah, so is that one. It's too much. What the frick? Oops, I didn't mean to place that there. Oh my god, there's literally just not one of those that exist. What the frick? Why would you not make a building like that? Same thing with this. Okay. It's too small. It's kind of big. Doesn't look very good. Oh my god. It's too big. It's not bad. Maybe we can make this work. It's not horrible. I don't know if I'm a fan of the multicolored. Two different colors. I mean, it's like... It's not horribly out of place. Like, I could see something like that happening. But I also don't know if I want that. I don't know. I think we're gonna leave that. But I think that fits. End of the street. Doesn't make it look so weird. There's just nothing there. Which I'm so glad I have these proppables and move it that I can actually do that, because I feel like this is literally a problem that I run into all the time with City Skylines, where it's like you have the end of the street right here, and it's like you can't put buildings on the end of it, like where these are. I had to completely prop these in, plop them in and then move them. And like normal City Skylines, you can't put any buildings on the end like that, and just then you have like nothing there, and then it looks weird. Especially if you're in a city, building a city like this. So either way, that's literally perfect. Okay, so this street's looking pretty good. We're still having some medical issues. Can we expand the hospital? Yeah. Maybe expand this. I think this is already expanded. It's not. Vehicles in use. 0. Is it because you're not in district? I don't know. Let's just make this whole thing in district. I just realized we're about to make so much more money. Just literally use anarchy so we can make this not so dumb. There we go. Why do you have no operational? We have employees, but we have no vehicles. There's literally someone needing a freaking thing right there. But get to work. Is the other one working? It's just a clinic. Guess it's healthcare. Yeah, you have 2 vehicles in use. Maybe that one already issued someone and they're just driving across the entire universe. Or maybe you. Alright, this is looking like a nice start to a downtown area. I'm not gonna lie. On the water. How the frick did I do that? I don't know. I forgot how to hide the UI thing. But this is looking like the nice start of a city on the water. And we got some services in. Starting to get it to sprawl out over here a little bit. We still got this backside to do. Looking like a nice skyline though. The side's maybe looking like it needs a bit more higher density here than just single family. potentially. But yes, we're looking good. Either way, we're looking good. We're making progress. We got the new industrial zone going up. We have garbage problems. Let me handle this before we move on, because this is something that we actually need to do. We're going to put a garbage plant here and a recycling center, which we actually don't have enough space for. We're going to have to demolish that and then put our recycling center here, which, frick, it still won't fit. Just anarchy it and then move this road back a tiny bit. There we go. Now we actually got our frickin' stuff in business. Copy items. What happened with this? Can we just connect it here? Yeah, we have to have a transformer. Frick. Okay, we'll just move this up. Street and connect. Alright, there we go. We got that handled now. We might need to make those bigger, I'm not sure. There we go. Either way, this is looking much better, not just like massive grid. I tried a little more grid and rigid for the industrial area, because that's usually how those are. They look good, and then a little bit less for our city here, and then continuing our city as it expands over here. We'll keep that theme. So yes, either way, some good progress today at an industrial area at the new city. Tons of expansion here. Let's also buy our last tile that we need. And tomorrow, we will continue this. See how much money we're making? Big money. We'll continue this, finish plopping in the back of our city back here. And down this street. We need to get in city services, some public transit as well, subway system and everything like that. But that is all for tomorrow. I will see you all in the next stream. See you later. Good stream to Brad. I will see you all tomorrow.